I'm Delta Work, and this is Very Delta. Things take an odd turn today because Yvie Oddly is here. We talk about felching, fake laughs. But first, do you want to see me go off? Because I think you want to see me go off.
M.
Oh.
M.
Mom!
Are you a lady like me? Introspective, beautiful. Oh, are you intellectual like me? Beguiled by a bargain? You like wild times? Oh, like me? Are you serving the community like me? Well, if you are, then you must be very Delta. I'm Delta Work, and this is Very Delta, a luxury public access podcast and YouTube talk show where I look gorgeous, speak extemporaneously, and invite fascinating people to sit on the couch and get very Delta. Very Delta is for the woman who knows you can, in fact, make a statement without saying a word. But first, let's get into some things that are very Delta. Go off, Delta! I'm pissed! And I'm hungry, and I'm hangry, and I'm mad about limited time only items. Why am I going like that? Oh, limited time only items. Limited time only items. Why does it always go there? I don't know. But it goes hand in hand. I hold the space for limited time. I don't hold the space for limited time only items. I want things to stay on the menu. I feel like this is the time of year, especially when people are bringing out specialty drinks or frosty things, ice cream things. And the one thing that really is none of those things, but used to be permanent on a menu, was Del Taco orange cheese sauce. Forever, Del Taco has had orange cheese nachos, right? So it's like the chips and the cheese and the beans and just everything. And they're super, super good. Well, then they got rid of that cheese, like, I don't know, 3 years ago maybe, and decided it was all about queso blanco. Everyone would go, can I get some queso blanco? Like it was so, I don't even know. When somebody says queso blanco, that says to me like signs written on reclaimed wood. That says like an Edison bulb. That says, oh, we brew those beers in-house. I don't want that at Del Taco. I want greasy, gross, no dairy inside of it, just that kind of cheese sauce, right? Well, they got rid of it. So they brought the queso blanco, and it's gross. It's gross. It tastes, you know what it tastes like? It tastes like a snot rocket. It tastes like a farmer's snot. It tastes like putting this finger on your nose and going, that is queso blanco at Del Taco. So they decided, guess what? We're going to return to the orange cheese sauce. So everybody got excited. And when I say everybody, that means me, because I'm everybody. I'm every woman. It's all in me, and it was all going to go in me because that's what I wanted, was the cheese sauce. So I got excited. So I'm telling you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 days in a week. This day, and those days were the days that I would have nachos because I wanted the cheese sauce, and it was so good. So the other day I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to go get nachos. And I go to get nachos, and I'm in line. They don't have it. And I'm left like I feel crazed because they're like, we don't have it anymore. It was a limited time only. I didn't really think it was going to affect that. I thought like so many people love orange cheese sauce, not queso blanco. Queso, you know what queso blanco is? Queso blanco is Los Feliz instead of Los Feliz. That's what queso blanco is. Can I have a Sauvignon Blanc? Can I have queso blanco, baby? Can I have queso blanco? I don't want to hear that. So anyway, no orange cheese sauce. And then I'm in line and I'm like, what do I order? And I have to go to a drive-thru ready with my order because I get so much anxiety that the people behind me are like, fuck, come on, hurry up, right? You know when you go to the drive-thru and you get up there and they're like, can you drive your car back just a little bit and we'll tell you when to come up? That is the scariest time ever because the people back there are like, oh, this dick that can't even drive up. And you're like, oh, sorry. No, she told me. And like, you can't, they don't understand. And what am I supposed to do? Like, you can't get the door open to like get out and go tell them. Like, I'm not a freak. I'm not going to do that. Queso Blanco. But that's not the only one that was. Jack in the Box offered up I think it was a 6-piece, either naked or garlic parmesan wings, like fried wings like that. Not nuggets, not those disgusting sauced nuggets from Wendy's, which Wendy's is very elite to me. And I do not need them pussyfooting around with sauced nuggets, which were basically them getting their nuggets, putting them in a container, opening up a barbecue packet, sprinkling it on, and going like that. And they were like, ooh, sauced nuggets. That's not enough effort. Not for one of the leaders. So when Jack in the Box said, oh, we're going to do these hot wings, well, not really hot wings, but when Jack in the Box said we're going to do wings, either naked or garlic parmesan, I was like, I don't know. Because, I'm the type of person, when I eat the wing and I bite into it and it starts to look maroon, that's when I'm done. That's when I'm cool. So I just need like 1, 2, like that's enough for me. I ordered them and they were so good. And I was like, oh, they're going to keep this on here. Because, Jack in the Box, I feel, of all of the fast food restaurants, is really the one that focuses a lot on an appetizer, right? So when they brought those out, I was like, I'm into this. So for maybe like 2 weeks, I had it like 3 times. I got the 6-piece. I got a Diet Coke. It was so fucking good. Then what do? They had to get rid of it because now they have the superhero Red Man, Red Lion. I don't know who it is, but it's like a mask and red pants. And I don't know. I don't know what it is, but they have their own menu for that now. And so they got rid of that without telling anybody, like, hey, on Wednesday the 16th, it's not going to be here anymore, or whatever date. So those were gone. So now there's a superhero thing. And what did they release with that? Mini chimichangas. Now, Jack in the Box has set a standard with the egg roll. The 3-piece egg roll is elite. So I decided to get this 3-pack, and I knew something was up when I said 3 mini chimmies for $3.75. These are going to be small. But, the way that they sort of market it and the way that they're like laying there, you're thinking like, listen, they have elite egg rolls, elite jalapeno poppers. I don't know why no one talks about their jalapeno poppers. They are so good. Jack in the Box has the cheddar cheese one. Arby's has the cream cheese one. And I like them both. I hold the space for jalapeno poppers. But no one ever talks about those. So I'm thinking, okay, you got good onion rings. You've got good jalapeno poppers. You've got good egg rolls. You've got these new mini chimmies are coming. I get them and I'm in the car. I get a 3-pack to have, right? I don't think they sell one. So I'm thinking like, this is going to be like the appetizer. I'm like, not super hungry, but I want something. And I think that's going to be perfect. When I tell you 1, 2, 3, I usually measure things like with your finger, right? So that's about an inch. I would say 2.5 inches in length. And then it's like that. It's like, so maybe like 1.5 inches thick. I bite into this thing. Not only is it like mid temperature, it is like eating a piece of 8.5 by 11 paper folded up as hard as you can get it. And then they just injected it with bean juice. That is the flavor profile. Now, I think it's supposed to be black bean, corn, taco seasoning, whatever. I don't think there's supposed to be meat in it. I didn't really read anything that was supposed to be in it. So I'm just assuming that their attempt is to be like Chili's, right? And have those like good Southwestern egg rolls, but in a smaller format maybe, or more affordable format. Disgusting. I want you to accept the apology for Jack in the Box from me. I want to apologize on behalf of Jack in the Box for the disgusting mini chimmies. They are vile, especially during this political time. Everything is uncertain. We're scared. We want some normalcy. We want the things that we remember, the things that bring us comfort. And certainly Mexican food, I believe, unites us. And to be denied that, to be sort of this smoke screen pulled over. You know that hat that goes like this and then the fringe opens up? And I thought like, "Oh, there's gonna be like a mini chimney. It's gonna be so good." And you open it and all it is just like this flaccid lele. Just like that. Flaccid lele. And you're trying to do so. Come on, get up. Get it up. I can't wait anymore. It's time to dance. Dance, nasty girl. Dance. I've been a nasty girl, nasty. I've been a nasty girl. And I wanted to be nasty for this chimichanga. You know what I mean? I wanted that spice. I wanted that flavor. I wanted that I wanted to feel something, right? For $3.75, just a little something. Nothing. Nothing. So I feel like this is that one item that I'm ready to leave. Just get out of here. Limited edition. It should have never arrived at all. And they have packaging for that. You paid for packaging? Please, America, the world, accept my apology on behalf of Jack in the Box for the disgusting mini chimneys. And also, a company that we did not hold responsible for poor behavior, that we should have held responsible for all the way back in March, was McDonald's, who brings out the delicious Shamrock Shake every year. But why? For what? The ice cream machine is so broken that I tried getting a Shamrock Shake 3 times at 3 different locations in the month of March and could not get it because the ice cream machine was broken. Now we've learned the ice cream machine isn't really broken. They just don't want to clean it. So they tell people like, "Oh, it's broken, sorry." Well, no, because it's like a cleaning job that they can probably only do when they're closed. So if I want that at 1:30 in the afternoon, I'm not going to get it because they can't say to us, "Oh, well, we're not going to clean the machine right now," because then someone like me is going to bitch and say, "Clean the machine, I want an ice cream." It's easier just to say it's broken. So here's the thing. Stop putting up the sign that says we have Shamrock Shakes when you don't. You don't have them. Get rid of it. Don't have it anymore. Just stop. Take it off the menu. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, McDonald's, limited time only. You know what's limited time only is your fries. There's a 90-second, 90-second expiration date on your fries. If you don't eat those fries in the car, I'm telling you, when they get home, they are so. What happens? I need an explanation as to really, truly, what happens between you putting them in the bag and then when you get home and they're like congealed in a way. They taste like if you get one of those like Haribo sets of like pizza gummy and French fries gummies and chicken wing gummies. That's what they taste like without any of the sweetness or any of the flavor. They taste like, and there's no excuse. You are making so much money. How expensive is a French fry? And I'm not saying for free. Don't give me for free because we already know an order of French fries is $4.99. Is there no? You have the magic in a hot Sprite. You hold the power. That Sprite, you can fry chicken with your Sprite. You know what I'm saying? It is that powerful. The Diet Coke is the same way. And you haven't managed to capture that magic and put it in the fries so that people go, "Ooh, ew, are these the fries? These are the fries. Give me some of your fries." And you know what else? You have trained your people though, because you will never, ever, ever find extra fries in the bag. Never. They managed to get them in that container. I don't know if they're taking them and then setting them in the bag and putting invisible something over them. Your fries need to be limited edition. Those need to be limited time only. Get rid of them. And I do notice that you brought back the regular hash brown because for a while it was getting a little thick. I don't know what that was. I don't know if it was a new vendor. I don't know if you're going to blame it on COVID or whatever. COVID is long ago. That was limited time only too. You're still resting on that? Girl, bye. You need to all these places need to take more pride in the fries. Queso blanco. oh, queso blanco. Queso blanco is limited time only. Orange cheese forever. Do you want to see me take a break? Because I think you want to see me take a break. Today's guest is a queerdo and the winner of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 11. It's the one and only Yvie Oddly.
Howdy. Hello.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for allowing me. Thanks for not picking up after yourself.
Hey, girl. I like your drip. And that outfit slaps.
High key, low key, I'm living for it.
It slaps and slays all day.
Yeah,
God.
Does it slay your boots, Mama?
The house of boots. God.
You're so you ate, girl. Not a crumb left on
None
your plate.
left. You chewed. You masticated.
Mama, you chewed so hard, you just chewed through half of my brain cells.
You are mothering, Mom. Because you gave me life.
I want you to know that this is, every time we use one of these words, like 3,000 more children are just born slaying.
They are. They are shooting glitter as they come out.
Shooting glitter and shooting the next big thing on TikTok.
Do you follow TikTok?
Okay. Should I tell the lie or yeah, I follow. I'm all over TikTok. TikTok's all over me. She's in my right now.
I feel like I'm the type of person who like consumes TikTok, but I don't give to TikTok. Do you know what I mean?
I just see that's where I'm like ass backwards is I just got on TikTok this year, and the whole reason I've been putting it off is I don't want to consume it. I think it's obnoxious. I don't like seeing how good everybody is at looking at their phones. Like these kids are really actually fantastic. They have an amazing life skill to do that little like that like
right.
that
right.
like they're always smizing into the camera, and I'm like, oh my God, no, this isn't where I belong. So I like to go on there to put out my own and then immediately hop off. Yeah.
Is there an app that you find like actually entertaining? Something you like doing, a game or something like that?
I like the Notes app because I'm always writing notes that I'm never gonna read again.
I save websites or like, and I never go back to them.
Yeah, no. Well, actually, I do go back to those notes in my notes because I'm like, that's where all the good porn is.
Do you have like have like this is porn, these are recipes?
Oh girl, no.
No?
Much like this dress, everything is just all tossed in one. It's like, don't forget Mom's birthday, hardcore little person fisting, like safety pins, July 14th, 1972, like just random things that I then have to go back later and decipher, like some detective, like how high was I when I wrote this? Does this have anything to do with that?
Have you ever accidentally shared your notes with someone and they were like, oh my gosh, the porn is here?
Not accidentally.
Oh, on purpose.
Yeah.
With the whole airplane.
Yeah, just airdrop it. Like, I thought you guys should read my latest poem and see this really hardcore, like, gangbang, bukkake, no lube, all jelly.
What are your 3 like search words, would you say, for porn?
Gangbang, love groups, also sloppy.
Okay.
Yeah, I want it to be disgusting, sloppy, and hairy. I got a hair kink because we're drag queens. After like 5 years of doing this, I started to really miss the idea of like having hair on my. And so it became my biggest kink to like go seek out hair wherever you can in the world. Like just started licking wigs. I spent all weekend at DragCon licking wigs just to get.
Would you lick a wig like this?
Oh,
right.
I would.
Have you ever worn a merkin? Since missing hair? You have? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about that.
I actually had this lovely, lovely lady at the Drag Race Live thing in Vegas. We fell in love so much that she sewed a little merkin onto some fishnets I had. So I have a little travelable merkin everywhere I go.
fierce.
Yeah.
Is it human or was it synthetic?
She's a blend.
A blend.
She's
Usually
a blend.
that's best.
Human in the front.
Party in the back. You just recently released this book.
I did. I released it on Juneteenth. All About Yvie, Into the Oddity. It is my life story. It is like my chance to just like set the record straight, talk mildly about how all of my childhood trauma, talk mildly about all of my drag race trauma,
Mhm.
and then tell people my favorite drugs and sex positions.
Okay. So it's more of a lifestyle in a way.
Yeah, it's like Cosmo magazine wrapped up into like the socioeconomic pressures that are forcing us all to be who we are.
I'm a firm believer that when people say like, oh, get over it, whatever it is in life, I feel like you can't get over it until you go through it. Right?
Exactly. Actually, that's really why I wrote this book is like, it is no secret that I had some less than favorable experiences with my drag race journey, and people are very cruel about it. They're like, "Oh, you ungrateful. You don't deserve anything. RuPaul should have stepped on your throat harder. Your story is lame. Go."
I actually punctuated it better than that, but the intention is right. What is people's problem with that? Why would they have a problem with you?
I think because they're not actually fans of the drag artists itself.
Mhm.
They're fans of the TV show, and that's completely fine and cool if you love RuPaul's Drag Race more than all of the very, very talented competitors,
Right.
drag queens, artists who have ever been on and contributed to the legacy. Like, that is your choice. But I just wanted the opportunity to write my own story. Like, I'm forever grateful that Drag Race introduced me to the world. If you want to have your own words out there, you got to pay someone to write them yourself. I mean,
Right.
you have to write them yourself.
So, but I guess my question is, people constantly say like, oh, we're all individual, all drag is valid. That's the story that we keep hearing over and over. But I feel like when people attack someone who is an obviously creative person, who obviously was celebrated in a certain way, it's like they want to tear that down. Why? Why do you think people do that?
I think people do that specifically because we're annoyed, scared, angry at the shit that we don't understand. And the reason we do that is it forces us to confront the things within ourselves that we don't like. Like, I very specifically remember at the beginning of my drag career hating mustache drag. I was like, ew, that's ugly. You don't look like a woman. And then I realized that even without a mustache, they were never going to look like a woman, because what the does a woman look like?
Right.
So I'm having fun right now, like breaking things.
Mhm.
The book is the beginning of that, of me just telling my story so I know where the I came from in my heart, and can hopefully find my path as I continue causing chaos all around me.
Mhm. Did you use your notes app to write the book?
I actually I used my notes app to draw the little porn bloop I put in the book.
Oh, so there's
Uh-huh.
art as well.
Yeah, I only put one piece. The rest is fan art, but I had to contribute as well so that my fans could know how much I appreciate their artistry.
Well, I also always say sometimes all you need is one good piece. Just one good piece is all you really need. What's the oddest thing about Yvie Oddly?
The oddest thing about Yvie Oddly is I am pretty normal. It's like I'm so boring. I've had so many people tell me like, "Oh, I thought you were gonna be way weirder." I named myself Yvie Oddly because other people kept calling me weird. But the more you claim something, the more you realize, like, oh my God, I'm not weird. Everybody else is.
Mhm.
Literally everybody else is. I just hugged 1,000 weirdos yesterday, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm a faker. I'm normal. I should be a lawyer. I should be a doctor. And like, get me out of here. No, I think that really is the weirdest thing about me. Either that or I'm really into felching.
Oh, okay. Now, what's the best way to do that? Talk me through that.
Well, you have to put it in yourself, you know.
Mhm.
You can felch strangers, but you know, you got to make sure that they were eating their vitamins, taking their
Mhm.
minerals, drinking their water bottles. Otherwise, you pump it, you dump it, and then you eat it out like ice cream.
Right.
They eat it
Eat
like
the poo-poo.
eat the poo-poo like ice
Uh-huh.
cream.
How much is too much load?
The limit, technically speaking, does exist, but
Uh-huh.
I haven't hit it yet.
You haven't.
I haven't.
Have you heard of the bile mile?
Oh my god, no! I feel like I'm never gonna want to felch again, though.
Sharon Needles once said that the bile mile is the point where you go where everything starts to just taste sweet.
Oh, Sharon, no.
I know.
I feel like I've hit that every time.
Well, then you've gotten to that point. I was thinking you just experienced DragCon again.
Oh,
I mean, and it's we all know it's a lot of fun, but it's also sensory overload because it's like, where do I look? Who's talking to me? Where do I? And you don't want to like
be
you don't
an
want to not be
asshole.
present because you are present because you love it as well. But how do you decompress from something like that? Because you know, people love you, and you're trying to show that back to them, but it also you need to decompress.
Um, uh, I was on mushrooms all weekend.
Okay, so that's the beginning of it. That's
Well, yeah, because
buffer.
It well, not even a buffer. It just like actually allows me the emotional capacity to connect with everyone without really taking from my battery. Because
Mhm.
after like 3 or 4, like I really looked up to yous and I see myself in yous. You start to become jaded whether or not you want to. You start to be like, okay, here comes another weirdo whose life I changed. And the mushrooms kind of break down the ego so that I'm able to like put myself in their shoes and
Mm.
really remember that like not only am I this magical international drag whatever, I'm also the person who is so scared that they're never going to have a place to fit in the world, who never thought that they'd have a chance to see themselves somewhere, and that person is about to hug me right now.
Right.
So how do I want to treat them? So mushrooms, and then at the end of DragCon, I literally cried for like an hour and a half. Just
Wow.
get it out. And don't do it again for like at least a year.
Now, the mushrooms were just on the pizza, or did you do them a different way?
I took the anal option.
The anal option, and which is usually
Still on the
okay.
pizza.
Can I felch the mushrooms from you?
Only if the cheese is nice and hot.
Let's take a break. We are back with the gorgeous Yvie Oddly. You're known for your laugh because I think one thing for sure about you is you're only gonna laugh if it's legitimately funny. Like you're just not a person who's just gonna put on a laugh.
Okay, so I actually wanna fight that, you know? I do. I put on a lot of laugh, but the reason I put on a lot of laugh is I've always put on a lot of laugh. Like I'm not trying any harder now to laugh than I was as a little kid. It's just
Mm-hmm.
I think we're so strict about how people are allowed to emote. A laugh is
Mm-hmm.
an expression of a lot of different things. You know, there's like the oh no said that laugh. There's the somebody just fell down the stairs laugh. There's the like I'm trying to convince myself that I'm okay laugh. So the only thing that is not genuine about my laugh is when people try and call out, you know, make it so. Like when people will be like, "Ah, do your laugh for me." It's like,
Right.
do your joke for me.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's legit. That's legit. What do you think RuPaul's fake laugh would sound like? Because she's always laughing at so many funny things that are happening extemporaneously and genuine on the runway.
I mean, I feel like Rue's fake laugh is one of like the 3,000 laughs we've gotten to see on the show, but it only flashes for a second. So my belief is it's like hidden deep within another layer of that like silent laugh she does when she's like, and like for a split second you see her go, ha. And then, and then she dives right back in.
Right back in. So can you give us an even better, like just an actual fake laugh that you could assign for her?
Okay, Rue's fake laugh is no, go home. How the dare you? Who do you think you are?
Are you experiencing a brat summer?
I am so pissed you even asked that. Okay, I'm gonna make so many enemies with this.
Do it.
I hate they take everything that's even like kind of cool and they ruin it. As somebody who is on really good terms with Charlie XCX for like a decade now, and somebody who is on really good terms with the color ugly green for like a decade now, she comes out, she makes one pretty mediocre album with a few really hot bops that I really like a lot. And every fag is just like walking around like, yes, brat summer, bump it. I can't wear my color anymore because they're just like, somebody's a brat. And I just slap them right there.
What kind of summer do you think you would be having right now if it wasn't a brat summer? Because it's obviously not a brat summer.
The same kind of summer I've been trying to have since I was like 15, like a slut summer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here for a sloppy hole summer. Here for penicillin shot summer.
I feel like you've just laid out 3 cocktails that the homosexuals could have. They could have a felch cocktail, a penicillin shot.
Oh,
tell me.
We need to open a bar.
Yeah, 1,000%.
With somebody else's money.
Oh, it's definitely. Well, I don't have any, so always gonna be with somebody else's.
And we'll cater to the people who just like really want to pay a lot of money to drink cum-themed drinks.
Oh, I mean, their coconut could be involved. Cocoa nut, it could be called,
Ooh,
right?
Yeah.
But cocoa is lowercase and then nut is all capital.
Like
I live in fonts in my mind.
Okay, I'm actually genuinely surprised you haven't opened a bar at this point, though, because you've got the names down. I'm sure there's like a Hamburger Mary somewhere that's like needs some rebranding.
Yeah, that's what we should do.
Yeah, let's do it.
That's what we should do. Have you ever had an Avon party? Would you have an Avon party? No.
Are you asking that because like you're aware of my old drag name?
Mm-hmm.
That was very rude. She's dead. That's a dead name. I have not. I would not.
You would not?
Actually, some of my first makeup was Avon. Now that I think about it, like I had a whole little tiny itty bitty
those
lipstick.
lipsticks.
Such a joke, and I hoarded
why are
those.
they always cinnamon colored?
Like, ooh, look at that! Another little lipstick. What do you open up? What is she? Oh, still cinnamon. Okay, what about this one? Oh, light cinnamon.
Light cinnamon. Or some random like salmon pink color.
Yeah, they were
no in between.
Absolutely horrid. But I kept all of that makeup for like the first 3 or 4 years of my drag career until I changed from Avon to Yvie, and I'm pretty sure it was at that point that I was like, okay, you can't brand yourself like that anymore.
I mean, I don't think anybody is really using anything like that.
No, well, I mean, people barely use, the old clown makeup that I was taught to use a decade and a half ago. I was told paint for like the back of the room. If your makeup doesn't come in stick form, it better have like a paint roller, a whole little bucket that you need.
Would you ever have used maybe the name like Merle Norman? Would that be
Merle Norman?
You wouldn't use that.
I mean, yeah, maybe that's like my alter ego. Yvie Oddly is like the freak on the streets, and then Merle Norman is
in the sheets.
The sheep in the sheets.
What about like Bobby Brown Cosmetics spokesperson?
Ooh, that's a really good drag name, but there needs to be like one step more in there. Something to like really make it slap, like Bobby Christina.
I always wonder if people like other people realize that like the Bobby Brown makeup artist and the Bobby Brown rapper are like two
different people.
I don't think they do.
No,
I think they think it's the same like just a cosmetic line.
Yeah, exactly. You know, he came out, he made a couple hits, he made Whitney take a couple hits, and then now he's got a successful makeup. I don't want to die.
I don't want to either, but it's inevitable, especially possibly this year.
Probably this year.
Probably this year.
I actually kind of always hope for that, only because I'm selfishly hoping to die before either of my parents, my cats, my lover, any guy of random strangers on the street.
Any guy.
Really?
What's your body count?
Who knows? You know, I didn't go to school for math. I went to school for meth.
You know what they say too? That the math, it's girl math, and the math is not mathing.
Girl math.
Sis.
The math isn't mathing.
Girly, where's my girlies at?
Mother.
Where's my water girlies?
Oh my God, no.
Do you ever hear people say that? Girlies for everything.
Girlies?
Girlies.
Yeah. I hear people say like,
can we say boilies? Where's my boilies?
Oh my
Where's
God.
my boils?
Where's my boils?
Oh my God. Instead of like boils.
I like it because then it's like
to be a boil.
Yeah, it's like referencing old time culture where you talk like this, and it's me.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my
ragtime
boil. I like it.
We're bringing that back. That's in fact the name of the restaurant bar.
Boils.
Boils. Appetizing.
Yeah, people would love it. And it'll just be like a burst. And they have no idea that it's not actually a boil bursting. It's an ejaculation. The immaculate ejaculate is the name of the shot.
Oh my God,
can you imagine?
That actually is beautiful.
It would probably taste so good. It could be coconut. It could be horchata flavored.
Yeah.
We have so much we could offer the world.
Somebody with money, please come fund us, and we'll come to you.
We'll come.
We'll come.
To you. Do you love Halloween? I mean, I know people probably. This is the thing. I feel like everybody gets labeled this certain thing where if somebody's like, say somebody from Drag Race was like, wore like black lipstick, they would be like, you're spooky. And your name is Yvie Oddly, so you're frightening all the time and you can't have any joy. But there are quite a few of us, regardless of the way that we look or dress or present, just happen to love Halloween or love the fall. Do you love that or no?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's like kind of sad being a drag queen now because Halloween is like what we get to do every day. Everyone said it like, yeah, I dress up as whatever I want to every day. But I still actually have a very special place in my heart for Halloween because the rest of the year I do the kind of drag that I can easily take to another club and then go to the next place and then, you know, please the lowest common denominator of people. And Halloween is when I'm like, nah, we're gonna be messy. I have an excuse. We're gonna be messy. And like, ooh.
So what's like something messy that you want to do or have done?
My favorite thing is
to felch.
Yeah, probably. No. Felching is so clean. It's like when you felch someone and then you fist them while you're like spitting your own lube back on them while you're reading my new book, All About Yvie, to them, specifically the parts about my grandmother. That's like
that's when you know, like, oh my God, I'm just like my grandmother. In a way, right? Yeah. Do you ever goon while you're doing this as well?
Okay, I've thought about it. I actually think I thought about gooning last night while I was almost gooning last night. Like I felt myself just like naturally like and then I couldn't allow myself to get there because I was afraid that somebody would come up and ask me for a picture on the street, you know?
Right. Right in the middle of it.
Yeah, like, I'm like, you're ruining my goon, bro.
Minding your own business in front of 7-Eleven, and it's like...
like, how many good tops have you been with in your life?
Ooh. My body count?
Your good top body count.
Like 10, maybe?
See,
not like a zillion, but like 10.
We don't need gooning. We need more people to work on their game.
Yeah, we don't need another hero. We don't. Who do you think you're more spiritually connected to, Katy Perry or Jennifer Lopez?
evil, but definitely J-Lo.
Yeah.
I see so much in her. She is so passionate about her art, even when it's like terrible. She's like, I just want to believe in love and butterflies. Like, that is some I know I've said. Like, when you're just so inspired by your own zeitgeist that it doesn't matter how cringe your soul is.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I love her, and she's like one of those innocent souls that everybody is gonna switch on when she's dead. They're gonna be like, we were so mean.
Oh, for sure.
So mean to J-Lo, telling her to her face she can't sing even though she can't. Yeah.
For sure. I seem to ask this question of people all the time, but I feel like everybody has such a different answer. When you go to the airport and you're flying somewhere, or you go to the airport just to goon,
just
or whatever,
goon and bait.
what do you think that you like to pick up at like the Hudson News to take onto the airplane with you? Like, would you get some corn nuts? Would you get a fruit platter? What would you get?
I usually end up getting those sad, disgusting, soggy sandwiches and wraps.
The lettuce is always so bad off.
It is so okay, but I just recently got like assaulted by one of those, and I don't know if I'm ever gonna do it again. Because usually I'm like, you have no time to get on the plane. I need something green so that I can have like one solid this year.
Mm-hmm. I'm with it. I'm with it.
And this last time I got one of those like wraps or whatever, the lettuce itself was frozen.
Mm-hmm.
And that is like the most terrifying experience, because like I'm playing a game of like, how nasty do I want this to be while I eat it? Like, I have to eat it fast and feel the lettuce like crunch and then wilt in my mouth.
Like you're chewing ice and eating.
Like chewing ice and eating, but if you like let it melt, then all of the lettuce is just wilted. So either you get to be the creator who wilts the lettuce in your mouth, or you just wait for it to do her thing.
Yeah.
I threw up after.
What kind of meat was in it? Ice.
Ice
meat.
It was ice meat. It was like ice meat with little chicken centers.
Ew, that's so gross.
It was.
Do you? I feel like maybe you're somebody who enjoys like repurposing things. Do you like going to thrift stores at all? Does that your thing or not really?
I actually used to be exclusively like a thrift queen.
Okay.
Only thrift stores. Now I have hoarded so much stuff. I don't like shopping.
Mm-hmm.
I do still like repurposing my own things, you know. The dress I'm wearing right now has like drag. I've been hoarding since I was Avon Eve, like a decade and a half ago.
Like literally been kicking around just in different ways.
Being like, oh no, I'm gonna keep this because I know someday it's gonna be used for something, or like, oh no, I will fix that one zipper.
What is that fabric over there? That like black and gold. Is there holes? Like, is it?
Okay, I'm pretty sure. I
thought it was like little openings in it, because Raja one time had this fabric and it was like 2 yards that she found somewhere, and it's a piece of black and it had gold on it, and there were just like all these holes. And so what she did was she just got like tulle, like, you know, like the big spool of it. She just cut them into strips, and she was getting high and just tying knots. And I was like, what are you doing? She turned it into this fluffy ass wrap. And every time I think like, what the hell is she doing? I always say, stop asking that question, because she knows what the she's doing. So when you like mention like the mushrooms, like just it sort of mellows out and allows you to receive more and give more. I totally believe that with her, because she will craft the shit out of something. And I'm like, what made you decide? She's like, just sitting here looking at it going, what happens if I tied this into the hole?
Well, yeah, and I think Raja's one of like my favorite inspirations as an artist, specifically because I know that I work in a very similar way that she does. She's a lot cleaner with it. She's got a lot more experience, but I've gotten to see her now just like look at something and experiment. I love people who just experiment and then are like, no, that's not right. You're having a conversation with something rather than being like, I've got to create this thing that I've already got the biggest idea for, like
following the pattern.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think planning is necessary in a lot in life, but it brings me so much joy to watch people who obsessively plan, watch their plans fail, and then watch my non-planned things also fail and be like, see, we're still in the same boat.
Right. I love that. I love it. Do you think when you create wardrobe or costumes or outfits, is it therapeutic or is it something that you stress about?
It's like both, but it's definitely therapeutic. It like touches back on the skills I had from art school, where you're forced to sit down and have a conversation with your own creativity and focus on that. And I know I sound like every other old person ever being like, we live in such a fast world and nobody takes time to sit down and breathe and meditate and blah blah blah. Making art is like that for me. Like when I write a song, I go into the zone. When I like paint my face, I go into the zone. And I think the more you can practice that skill of just like being focused and present in one moment instead of scattered everywhere, the more laundry you can take with you everywhere you go.
And make art.
Yeah, make art out of all the things you're never going to clean.
I love that. Let's take a break. We are back with Yvie Oddly. Now, this is the part of the show where people send in letters. Sometimes they ask for advice. Sometimes they just want your opinion. We call it Read Me Delta. And if you would like to send a letter in, you can send it to readmedelta@gmail.com. Questions, no comments, queries, quandaries, whatever it is. All right, first letter. Dear Delta and Yvie, I'm 39 years old and recently got a job as a barista at a drive-through coffee shop. The work is very easy for me because I have a passion for coffee and I love serving the community. I work around a bunch of kids in their early 20s and I often find it hard to have a good time when all they do is make fun of the customers at any chance they get. How can I say something about it without sounding like a boomer and a party pooper? I also don't want to be their next target. Please help me. Forever yours, very caffeinated. They're making fun of the customers.
Ooh.
I don't want to make any assumptions, but there's a good chance that whoever wrote this letter is either a homosexual or part of the queer community. And I think this is an opportunity where they could utilize a phrase that we could have thrown away a long time ago and probably should have, which is the library is always open. And in this case, you could give them a free pass and let them know by breaking it down very easily for them that the reason why they have the opportunity to make fun of those people is because those people are coming in and as customers giving them a paycheck. So you could just think of the things that they've been making fun of those people about and just give them a little reading lesson for themselves so they can realize that when the customers drive away, they're probably making fun of them too.
Yeah.
They're probably like, guess what? I'm on my way to my house.
That I actually own.
Yeah.
Just the one here though.
Right.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, you up my order, so I
Yeah.
expect a free drink, and I will be telling Mr. Starbucks.
And here's a crumpled
or
dollar
whatever.
bill for your empty peanut jar. So let them know that we all have something that somebody could be reading.
Like, yeah, that's literally what it is. I wouldn't like try and stop them, especially because it sounds like they're young, and I think it's no secret that young people are assholes, like especially when they gather around in groups of them. So, you know what'll make you the coolest thing? Being just like a little bit smarter of an asshole, just a little. Just throw it out there and let them know that they do still mean nothing in the grand scheme of things, like all of us.
No, none of us do. We really don't. Especially now. Like, what a scary time, right? I mean, we always think everything's a scary time politically, but now it's like more than ever.
It's like actually kind of a very scary time. It's a time where, you know, I wish I had like a superpower where I could like scramble my own brain and just like go brain dead for like slight periods in time and then like come back out like, oh my God, what year is it? Do we have a president or a dictator? And then, oh no, scramble again.
We could have like a food item at our bar, and it would be called Dictators.
Ooh!
Imagine, and they're dippable and they're cheesy.
Oh my
Ooh,
God!
I like it.
Dictators have
Give me some of
never
them
been better.
Dictators.
I want them dictators.
Can I get me a large order of Dictators?
Extra cheese.
Extra cheesy. Right here at Yvie's. Yeah, you know what? I mean, whatever. I get it. It is up, but I also feel like, as much as I say like the library's open and if no one's hearing it,
Let people be people.
if no one's really hearing it, I think it's okay. You can join in too. I mean, it is fun
Yeah.
to be kikiing, especially, we know customers are assholes very often.
Mhm.
So sometimes because you can't say those things to them,
You need a release. Like
Camaraderie.
she just came in and told you that you don't know how to make a triple half calf defoam latte, and then laughed in your face.
knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone drink.
You better laugh at the fact that like she has a club foot.
Yeah. Left foot in the club. Dear Delta and gorgeous guest, I'm about to start medical school. I'm very excited about the opportunity and hopeful that I can use this knowledge to help all kinds of people. I'm curious about your experience with the medical industry. Is there something that a doctor has done that has made you feel particularly seen or cared for? Is there something that you think all doctors should be trained in? What knowledge from retail, customer service, and entertainment industries should be brought into medical spaces? I appreciate your wisdom and am grateful to have Very Delta as a weekly staple that brings me joy. Studiously yours, Very Maddie. What's your feeling in the medical industry?
I think the medical industry is a scam
Mhm.
set up to make the people who already have lots of money more money, while never really actually putting the priority on care. And I'm saying that because my mom is a physician's assistant, which is like basically a doctor, except she can pronounce people dead.
Mhm.
And my whole life has been watching her jump from career to career or like job to job, and always having to leave because the people she worked for wanted her to see 20 and 30 people a day,
Mhm.
which you can't do if you actually take the time to like get to know someone's name, what's actually wrong with them, like give them care. So my best advice to you is remember what you got in this for, and try and actually be the change you want to see in the world. My mom's still going. You got this.
Yeah. I think that's interesting. My mom, before she retired, was a nurse my entire life, and put herself through nursing school, and always worked in clinical nursing. So
Mhm.
just different specialties. And what you're saying is so true, because she always talked about that, like double booking patients, and this idea of people coming in and they would say, "Well, this is what's wrong." No, I can already tell what's wrong. This is what's wrong with you. Go away. Go lose weight. Go do. And it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm telling you that there's like, I'm also experiencing this. Well, let's address this, and you come back in 6 months, and it's like, but wait, like I need.
I mean, in a way, I like don't even fully blame, the doctors in that situation. It's a chain of things. Literally, our whole system is set up to make sure that nothing is really fixed. No one is actually
Mhm.
cared for. That doctor is just trying to pay off their ridiculously expensive medical bills, and school bills, and bullshit themselves. And so no, they're not focused on you. And
No.
it's kind of but be that change. Remember what you get into it for. That's what I'm doing with drag. Was why I take my time with like the people I interact with on the streets, at DragCon, everywhere I go, because there's enough of us out here who are willing to sacrifice our humanity for a little bit of coin.
Well, plus you also said you don't like to do laundry, and so
I really don't.
So we have to accept that as well. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank
This
you
is
so
super,
much
super
for
fun.
having me. This
You're a
is
blast.
really wild.
Your drip,
It slaps.
you slayed. You really slapped, actually, and you brought a banger.
Well, you live on
Um,
my mind rent free, so what can I say? like we're friends.
Oh. And thank you all so much for listening and watching Very Delta. Our show comes out every Monday. Subscribe to Mom Podcast YouTube channel and turn on your notifications so you never miss an episode. Search for Very Delta on your favorite podcast apps to listen to the audio-only version if you can't check out all of this glamour at one time. You can also sign up for our premium offerings on Mom Plus Gold by visiting mompodcast.plus, where you get weekly episodes of more Very Delta. Don't forget to send all of your questions to readmedelta@gmail.com. You can follow me on Instagram at DeltaWork. And where can people find you on social media?
You can find me almost everywhere at Oddly Yvie, except for the new TikTok that I'm joining and I love so much, All About Yvie.
All About Yvie. And the book is available.
The book is available on my website, oddlyyvie.com, or my second website, allaboutyvie.com. Don't buy a fake copy off of Amazon and ask me to sign it like somebody did at DragCon, because I will sign it and laugh lots and take pictures and not make any money off of it.
And that's real. That's super real. We'll see you next week. And until then, keep things very Delta. Very Delta is produced by Moguls of Media, aka Mom. Hosted by Delta Work. Produced and edited by Doug Robertson. Technical direction by Margot Padilla. With original theme music by Will Pitts. Media and design support by Stone Cold. And set design by Eris Sevilla. Executive produced by Alaska, Willem, Big Dipper, Camille Stennis, and Joe Cilio. Recorded at Forever Dog Productions. She said, hey, you two, I was once like you and I like to do the wild thing.
Mom!
To listen to Very Delta ad-free, one day early, and to get access to more Very Delta and all of Mom Podcast's premium content, check out Mom Plus Gold at mompodcast.plus.